like 3 grand. Yep. Woo! Go to 3. There we go, do it again. That is loud. Holy smokes. All right. You're a young strapping man in your 20s, 30s, or 40s. And you just came into some money. And you want to buy yourself a C7 Corvette. And the first thing you want to do to that C7 Corvette is some basic bolt-on mods. And the first thing that came to mind was, man, I would really like some long tube headers and an exhaust system, or half of an exhaust system. That would be really awesome to have. Well, guys, that's what this video is about. We're going to try to save you some money when you modify your C7 Corvette. What is up, YouTube? How's everybody out there doing today? I hope you guys are having a fabulous day. As you see in the beginning, we have a C7 Corvette sitting in the shop here. This is obviously the one that we put the Pro Charger on for my buddy, and we're doing a whole bunch of other little stuff, gauges, and obviously headers. Now, I know from my past videos from way back in the day, when I was doing a lot of header systems on Corvettes like Street Speed 717 and a whole bunch of other different people, we would always go with the Cooks headers. Sometimes American Racing, but mainly Cooks. And don't get me wrong, guys, Cooks is an amazing freaking brand of header. They fit perfect, they run perfect, they sound perfect, they look perfect. But this customer here got his own headers, and he wanted me to put on his headers. He didn't want to spend the big money for Cooks headers because, if you guys know, Cooks headers is pricey, but you do pay for what you get. You get what you pay for. Yeah, you get, yeah, that same difference, you know what I mean? You do get what you pay for, guys, and that's why Cooks are so good. This customer decided he wanted to go with a set of eBay headers. At least that's where I thought he got them from. So we're gonna go over here and we're gonna look at these headers. We're gonna look at the pipe. You can see a little bit of it there. And we're gonna install it on this C7 Corvette and see how they fit, how the finish is, how everything works together, and so on and so forth. Now, looking at these headers right now, there is one kind of a weird thing about them, is these are not like a long tube header almost. These are kind of like a mid-length header, to be honest. Long tube headers have primary tubings that go all the way down into a short collector, whereas these actually have short primaries that go into a long collector. And then they bolt up to this off-road X pipe. Has a secondary, not cats in it per se, but if you look inside of there, hopefully you guys can see, it's kind of like a muffler, a little bit of a resonator maybe, some of that nature. It does have a split here in the middle, which is a pretty good idea. And from my experience of the Corsa X pipes and the Cooks X pipes and all the X pipes that I've installed over the years for guys, that this one pretty much looks like almost the same as any other one. They're not really different from all each other. The bends look about accurate. Everything looks like they're supposed to be where it's supposed to be. Not too worried about that. This can actually be put on this car on the stock exhaust system. So you can leave the headers in, leave the primary cats in, and go with this X pipe off of eBay. I'm assuming that's where I got it, and it'll fit right up, it'll bolt right up. If I'm pretty correct, it will. These resemble the main manifold, and then where the cats would be, obviously this is an off-road application. This customer is going to be only driving this car off-road, but yeah, so these are supposed to match up with that. You put the little donuts in here and you're good to go. But as you can see, these headers look kind of weird. They're shaped weird. I'm curious how they're gonna fit. Are they gonna fit like shit? Or are they gonna fit good? What the case may be. We're not gonna know until we start modding and put them on. So basically what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and we're going to start tearing this thing down, get all the parts off of it, and then get those headers on. So let's get to work, guys. All right, guys, as you can see, there's this big giant plate that needs to come down first, and there's a whole bunch of bolts. Basically, you just pull it down, take all the 13s out. It gives you access to your secondary cap pipe all the way back to your muffler piping. So we gotta take that out next. All right, our mid pipe is now out. 2 bolts here, get the hanger out. It's just easier to get the hanger out of there than it is to try to pry it out. Because once you get it on the ground, as you can see, you can get the grommet and the hanger off and replace it back on the transmission. But that is your mid pipe with your secondary cats. we're gonna go ahead and let the car down off the lift, get the O2s disconnected, drain the engine oil, and then we also are gonna be doing the spark plugs, taking them out, and then last but not least, getting all the header bolts out. And at that point, these should be coming right on out for us without a problem. Sorry it's dark. I don't have a flashlight with me right now, but y'all know how it is sometimes. All right, guys, so we're back up top here again. We got to get the spark plugs out, and we have to get these manifolds off. Now, as you can see, the driver's side, well, that's pretty damn simple. Pull the wires, unbolt the header, it pretty much falls out. Good to go. Well, this side's a little bit different, but I have some good news. If you take this entire box out of here, this fuse block, obviously disconnect the battery. If you take this entire fuse block out, you can get to all the header bolts on this side, no problem. It's actually pretty dang easy. Let's get it out. All right, so the fuse block is out. We have all the plugs disconnected. And as you guys can see, there is still plenty of room now to be able to get this header out on the passenger side of the Corvette and get it all done, which is pretty nice. There is times I have taken the alternator out. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. You can get to the bolt down there. It is a little tight, but you can get to it. And yes, with the alternator and the alternator area, all this stuff out of here, it does make it a lot easier. So let's get the spark plugs out, spark plug wires, and get this unbolted. All right, headers are disconnected, spark plugs are out on both sides. Woo, doggy. It does take a little time to get these headers out and unbolt it, but it's well worth it, especially when you're putting eBay headers on. We're gonna go ahead and put the car up in the air again and see what it looks like underneath the where the headers are and everything. See what we got to take apart. We got to unplug the O2 sensors and all that stuff still, but that's pretty easy stuff, so it's not that big of a deal. My light went out. The stupid light keeps going out. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. All right, guys, almost there. Alrighty, so as you can see, the headers are leaning down. It is making it a lot easier to get to our spark, or our, it is making it a lot easier to get to our O2 plugs as well now. We have a lot more room to get in, and we're not stretching them, so you don't have to worry about that at all. Oil, it has been drained. You do have to drain the oil, so you have to make sure you drain the oil out of it and everything. All right, we'll work on getting the passenger side out, and then we'll get the driver's side out. If I remember correctly, you don't have to take the starter out. You're going to want to take these bolts out of here though. They're a lot easier to get to now that you can move this around. So it's better to unbolt them first and then get these bolts out and then pull it all down as one unit. All right, now it's time to get the headers in. I'm going to have Zach help me. So with the long tube cooks, they are a little hard to get in. And I was concerned about these being a different header being hard to get in. Zach's going to show you, where's my flashlight at?
How overly easy this is?
Zach is going to show you how easy, we already test fitted them. I'm not going to lie, these slide right in. Just put them up in there, Zach.
Yeah, for sure.
With being a long collector like that, they actually come up there really nice. Keep going. And that's how they sit up there, guys.
Right there.
Very, very easy and nice.
A little bit more, but yeah.
I'm actually pretty impressed, to be honest, as I'm shining my kid in the face.
Yeah, for real.
I'm pretty impressed.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, that's how they fit. So we're gonna get these bolted up both sides and then show you what it looks like underneath after everything's bolted up. The headers are in and they look pretty dang nice. I'm not gonna lie, lots of clearance. They bolt up really good. The only thing I don't like about them is they do not include new header bolts. You have to use the original header bolts over again. But here's the passenger side, as you guys can see. Everything clears very nicely. What do you think, Zach?
I think I'm supervising and I like what I'm seeing.
Oh, okay, cool. So yeah, we're gonna put spark plugs in, spark plug wires, get this whole top section all done, and then we're gonna move underneath. And the only thing really left on this is gonna be this X pipe, which is gonna be pretty damn easy to install. So far, so good, guys. I can't lie. What do you think? Zach's been helping me. Yeah. All right, so the biggest problem with these Chinese headers, which I'll let you guys know about right now, is this number 2 runner is always really, really close to the spark plug. Now you can do a little modifications. You can, you know, squish it. You can take that metal cover off. As you can see, I flattened it out a little bit to get it to fit in between the header and actually connect to the spark plug. It does take a little bit. The sad part is it's probably going to end up burning, and I'm probably going to end up having to replace it. Hopefully it doesn't. If it does, we're going to find a different way of addressing that issue. But since I've never actually put these headers on a C7 Corvette, I honestly do not know what it's going to do. It might be totally fine, and then again, it might not be totally fine. So we're going to put this all together, get this thing running, get the mid pipe on like I said before, and kind of go from there. All right, well guys, as you can see, the headers are up in. This is the wideband wire. I got to tie that up out of the way. There it is. Everything else tucks up pretty good. It is tight, I'm not gonna lie, it definitely looks tight. We're gonna put this mid pipe on. Zach, he's like in the fucking tunnel of the car. We're gonna put the mid pipe on, which is over here, but we do have to take the donuts off of the original mid pipe and put them on the new mid pipe, and then we can fit everything up in. We're gonna see how it fits. Hopefully it fits fucking good. Alrighty guys, the oil is filled up. The X pipe. The X pipe is on the car. I will tell you, the X pipe was extremely tight. It was not a very form-fitting product, but it is on. It is working. It's doing what it's doing. You know what I'm saying?
Know what I'm saying?
So I'm gonna have Zach go ahead and sit in the vet because he loves the vet. And I'm gonna get behind it, and I'm gonna have Zach start her up. What do you think, buddy? You might have to put the seat back. I'm short.
I'll make it work. Okay. Where's the key?
I don't need. It's a fob.
Button. Do I need to push clutch down in this?
You have to put a clutch down. Make sure it's in neutral. E-brake's already on, so we're good there. All right, you're good. Oh my God, don't break the damn thing off.
Ready?
Go ahead and start her up. It is loud. What? Again, a little bit. Let it warm up a little bit. Woo, lovely. Get some different angles. Some video from it back a little bit. It is loud. That is loud. Give it a little bit of a rev. A little bit more than that. A little bit more. There we go. Give it one more rev to like 3 grand. Yep. Woo! Go to 3. There we go. Do it again. That is loud. Holy smokes. All right. Yep, go ahead and shut her off. Woo!
Where's my door handle?
That's crazy. That is crazy, Zach. Cheap ass eBay headers, guys, with no cats, just a secondary like resonators. Almost like a tri-Y kind of setup, to be honest. That's what they look like. That's what it reminded me of, like a tri-Y kind of setup. I'm gonna be honest with you, they weren't bad to put on. They fit good, so I can't really say that they're a terrible header. I don't know what they cost, honestly, but what do you think, Zach? Zach was helping me with the project.
Definitely.
It was not too bad.
Not really bad.
We had to do some tweaking on the X-pipe and stuff, but that's about it, right?
Yeah, for everything done.
Not bad.
Really good.
So even though, you know, you have all these higher brand headers out there, which believe me when I tell you, they fit like a dream. And if you have the money, if the money is available with your new C7 to be able to go with a set of Cooks or American Racing or some other like Stainless Works headers or some of that nature, please do that, because obviously they're going to fit a lot better, they're not going to have any issues, and they're going to be made a lot more, you know, with a higher quality material than these, to be honest. No telling how long these are really going to last. They might last, you know, a year, they might last 5 years, they might start rusting after 6 months. Who really knows what's going to happen? Maybe I'll have an update video later on down the line to see how they're doing a couple months from now. Who knows? I don't know. But other than that, guys, they seem to be working real good now. They seem to fit really good now. So I can't honestly complain about anything. So I'm happy. Zach's happy.
I'm indeed happy.
And I'm sure the customer is also going to be happy as well. Dyno vid of this car will be coming very, very soon. So keep a lookout for that. Like I said, guys, if you enjoyed the video, give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, Instagram, Diablo Formula Racing, and deuces, guys.